What's up? What's up? Straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. Hit that like. Sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit them notifications to get all of my content, all of my videos. Man, it's raining like hell today, y'all. Salute to the whole entire Lions Den basketball and boxing communities, and salute to all the people that's rocking with me. Uh, I've been out a couple of days, man, with the working out. I got like a little shoulder. I'm not gonna say an injury, man, but I'm just in a little bit of pain, man. We were doing some moving and stuff, man. I was helping some friends of mine move, so I'm in a little bit of pain or whatever. But I'll be back into the gym. I'm gonna give it one more day. Yesterday was 2 days. I'm gonna give it like one more day. Then I'll be back full throttle. I just want to let y'all know, for those of y'all that's been following me on the fitness channel. Salute, Alex. I see you in here, brother. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get right to this thing. And I know that the Rockets, they lost last night. Uh, but I gotta ask this question, man. Can the Rockets come out the West? Can the Rockets come out the West? Because the Rockets are second. That's the highest that they've been in a long time. I think since James Harden was playing, if I'm not mistaken, since the James Harden days. But I want to know, can the Rockets come out of the West? Because here's the thing about the Rockets that I like, that a lot of people aren't really paying attention to. First and foremost, you got Ime Udoka out there, who is a phenomenal coach, man. I don't think he really gets the credit that he deserves for really laying down that foundation over there in Boston. But it is what it is. Hey, hit that like, man. We got 23 people in here. Hit that like. Double tap the screen for your boy, man. Give me a like, man. Y'all not gonna do me like that. Come on, man. We got 23 people watching. 23 people watching. Y'all can't give me a like. Come on now. 29 now. Come on, man. Give your boy a like. Double tap the screen. I'm doing this. I'm doing this in the rain, sleet, and the snow. But as I was saying, come on, man. We got 40 people in here. 40 people, man. Give me a like. Give me some more likes, man. Give me some more likes before I really get into this thing. All right. So, like I said, the Rockets, people laughed at me. What up, Chad? I think Chad was one of them. Chad was like, I was capping about the Rockets last year. A couple people said I was capping and stuff, because they went on a run last season, and they're building off what happened last season. It took them a little bit of time. They did have some injuries. The Rockets did have some injuries. Shout out to Greenleaf, because he, that's his team and everything, and he pretty much was on what was transpiring with the Rockets and everything. And I had always paid attention to their front line. Their front line, led by Seguin. Then, of course, their backcourt, their dynamic backcourt with Seguin and Brooks. They are something amazing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like Derrick Brooks. What's up, Carter? I see you in here, man. A lot of people don't like Derrick Brooks. I don't have a problem with Derrick Brooks. Derrick Brooks. You need a guy like Derrick Brooks on your team. Now, like I said, I know they lost last night, but I was having a conversation with the brother Cypress TV. Shout out to Cypress TV. We have been talking about the Rockets for quite some time, especially with the addition of Reed Shepherd. Yeah, I like Brooks. Now, don't get me wrong, he does some dirty shit. I don't like all that. You know, listen, I'm able to separate the dirty shit from the clean shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you need a dog like Derrick Brooks on there. Fred VanVleet, you know, I was shocked. Maybe he got some personal stuff going on off the court, but I've never seen Fred VanVleet act like that, like he did toward the officials. But it happens, man. He a human being just like anybody else. But you got a backcourt led by Jalen Green, who is gonna be an all-star. And people laughed at me when I said Jalen Green is a superstar. Listen, this guy, regardless of what he got going on the court, you said divorce issues off the court. Yeah, you know, I didn't see. You know more than me. I didn't know what was going on with Fred VanVleet. But VanVleet, I've always liked Fred VanVleet. I don't think he get Raptors championship that he brought, that he helped bring there with along with Kyle Lowry, Siakam, and of course Kawhi Leonard. And can't forget about Marc Gasol, the rest of the crew over there at that time with the coaching of Nick Nurse. But Jalen Green is an emerging superstar. He is. I mean, he's a combo guard. He can play both. Me, myself, personally, I like him better at the two because he's so damn aggressive. He can get to the rack with the best of them. He'll finish over you. He'll finish over the top, or he'll literally bang on your ass. I mean, that dunk that he did on Cade Cunningham, I think that's in the conversation for dunk of the year, in my opinion. Okay. But the Rockets, they play a high octane type of style mixed with a no nonsense type of ruggedness that Ime Udoka brings, and then also he's able to mix it up in the half court too as well. You know what I'm saying? K Dizzle for shizzle. See, I start talking about the Rockets. My nigga Kevin came up in this bitch. Salute K Dizzle, man. I know that's Kevin's team, man, the Rockets. But K Dizzle, man, hey, listen, y'all gonna trip out. I got the Rockets or OKC coming out the West. I know y'all niggas gonna trip out. Yes. I know y'all niggas, y'all gonna say, oh man, straight, you capping, da-da-da-da-da. I got either OKC or the Rockets coming out of the West. And here's why. Oh yeah. Oh man, don't put that title on him, man. He already cocky, man. Don't put that title on my nigga Kevin, man. That nigga Kevin, man, you know what I'm saying? That nigga don't like my nigga Victor Wembanyama. Nah, man, but I got the Rockets or OKC coming out of the West. Now, I know that the Nuggets, they beat the Warriors last night. The Nuggets can be kind of tricky or whatever because you got Jokic, he's playing at that MVP level once again. But who's creeping up? You got Jalen Green. He's in the conversation, in my opinion. I got an NBA Kia MVP ladder, and I got an LDBC MVP ladder. You know what I'm saying? The mainstream media, they gonna give they even put LeBron James in the goddamn conversation and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know they capping with that shit. But you gotta put a nigga like Kyrie Irving in there. You got in the conversation. Of course, Greek, they already had him in there. SGA, he's already in there. But Jalen Green, I think, should be in there. Jalen Green, I think he should be in the conversation. And of course, Kyrie Irving. They should be in the conversation for MVP. You know, AD done fell off, man. Anthony Davis has fell off. He's not playing. He's no longer playing. The last few games, he hasn't been playing at an MVP level. He's doing good defensively, but overall, man, the Lakers, they still need to get it together. Well, look. It's like this, Ted. You said right, Wemby shoots like 80% inside the paint. 30% on the ice. No. Wait a minute. No. Nah, K Dizzle. Nah. He's shooting higher than that from 3-pointers, man. Matter of fact, he shot in that game against Washington when he put up 50. He shot 50% from 3-pointer. No, that's not facts. That's not facts. Come on, man. Nah, K Dizzle. That's not facts, Carter. Listen. I agree with you when you say that. Okay, K Dizzle needs to. Wemby needs to get in the paint, K Dizzle. But he's shooting a high percentage from 3-pointer. He's not shooting a low percentage from our 3-pointer, and he's solid from the mid range too. Nah, if you're knocking them down, they said, listen. If you're knocking them down, then what more can you say? They said Steph Curry shot too many threes. They said Reggie Miller shot too many threes. They used to say dumb shit like Dale Ellis and Sam Perkins and Cliff Robinson. Don't make me go back in the days. But now you appreciate the beauty. Nah. He can mix it up. Wemby is a finesse player. Hey, K Dizzle, let me ask you something, right? You remember when Chris Bosh, his first season in Miami? You remember when he first came there? How they didn't mesh well. They had to get familiar with one another. You remember that first season in Miami with Wade, Bosh, and Bron? You remember that? What's up, Raju? I see you in here. You remember that? What up, Zach? At least my guy, Cat. Cat has a habit of stepping out. He did that in the playoffs. But you remember that, though, K Dizzle? Okay, that first season in Miami, they had to alter their game for LeBron. Okay, so what ended up happening? I bet y'all don't know what happened that very next season. What happened with Bosh? Tell me what happened with Bosh. Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened with Bosh. Tell me what happened with Chris Bosh. No, he didn't get hurt. Come on, Zach. No, that's not what happened. What happened, Chris Bosh extended his game out to the 3-point line, and he was still a solid defender. Chris Bosh was always a solid defender and a solid rebounder. He wasn't the best rebounder, but that was because in Toronto, he was a better rebounder. You got to realize he was averaging a double-double in Toronto. When he came to Miami, he had to alter his game to the perimeter. People were criticizing Chris Bosh, but they didn't realize that Chris Bosh was bringing that stretch 4, stretch 5 to the game, because Chris Bosh could play the 4 and the 5. And people were criticizing him in Eric Spoelstra's offense. They were criticizing him about stepping out shooting jumpers. Chris Bosh is 7 foot, you know what I'm saying? 6'11", 7 foot. I've seen Chris Bosh in person. He could pass for like, man, his big long ass could pass. He got a really big, he real long. But they were criticizing Chris Bosh. And after a while, he started knocking them down. You know? Wemby does the same thing. They got the same body type. Chris Bosh was real skinny. So is Wemby. But the thing about Chris Bosh could sit up there and he could also still post you up and get, make moves around the rim, be a cleanup guy every now and again. But it was tough. It was going to be tough him playing around LeBron, because you had to play in the LeBron, the system, so to speak. Another guy that comes to my mind is James Wiseman. James Wiseman, he plays on the perimeter a lot too. James Wiseman is a pull-up guy. He's a stretch. He could play that stretch. You know what I'm saying? Wemby does the same thing. It's just that Wemby can pull up from 40, man. Yeah, but he wasn't shooting 3-pointers though. He was shooting 3-pointers in Miami. And that's what I was saying. He was still, y'all criticize Wembanyama. Look at the way Chris Bosh plays. He does a little bit of both. Hey, get that troll up out of here. Get that troll up out of here. Block that troll. Come on, man. Y'all got to get on your job, man. But you got to remember, though, when he was at Georgia Tech, K. Dizzle, Chris Bosh was stepping out. I watched Chris Bosh. He from here. You know what I'm saying? Like LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge could occasionally step out and shoot the 3. You know what I'm saying? Rasheed Wallace. Y'all know when Rasheed Wallace would get hot, Rasheed, man, they were like, everybody was asking why he started doing it towards the end of his Portland tenure. You started to see Rasheed Wallace step out and shoot the jumper. People thought that was ridiculous. They're like, what is 7 foot Rasheed Wallace doing out there? But he started hitting them, man. So if Wemby is hitting them, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. I like the fact Wemby can shoot. Listen, you act like Wemby is shooting like he's shooting his team out of the game. LeBron James done missed 19, 23s in a row. Wemby ain't missing no 19, 23s in a row, K. Dizzle. Is he? These are good comparisons. Yeah, hey, but that's what I'm saying. And look, I get what you're saying, though. I know it angers you so much. K. Dizzle, because sometimes you want that motherfucker to be a Wilt Chamberlain. You want him to go in there like I was talking about Hank Gathers yesterday, K. Dizzle. You remember Hank Gathers? Ted was in here too. I was talking about Hank Gathers. I did a comparison between Hank Gathers and Len Bias. Like, you want him to be rugged like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hank Gathers was averaging like 14 rebounds and 32 points. You want him to be dominating like you want. But see, the thing about it is, K Dizzle, just the other day he had a 27 point triple double. He had 27 points, I think like 11 rebounds, and he had 10 blocks. So he's a monster still inside, bruh. He's still a monster inside, man. He just likes to shoot the jumper. Hey, what's up with it, Stephen? Great after you the better. You said Wemby game is coming together next season. Yeah, I mean, he's already good this season, man. You know, the Spurs are 10-10. They're on pace to win. They're on pace to win just as many games as they did the whole entire season last. They only won, 14 games last season? But me and Kate Dizzle, man, we always go at it about Wembanyama, man. I like that nigga game though, and here's the thing. Shout out to Ticket and the brother Turod. When they put me on Wembanyama, at first I was kind of skeptical about him. I was like, here we go, another 7'5" guy. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be, he ain't gonna pan out. He gonna be another Kristaps Porzingis or another Bolo or something like that. Nah, I didn't get that type of impression from Wemby. I saw how he was moving out on the perimeter, and this is another thing too. Let's talk about health. Wemby actually lasts through it. He's durable. Guys like Bobo, he ain't durable. He always getting injured. When Bobo came, and that's the best comparison that you could compare Wemby to in terms of this generation. When Bobo came in from Oregon, everybody kept telling me he get hurt too much. I remember Ticket had said that too, because I kept talking about how Bobo should get more playing time. He's like, nah, I think Ticket was saying he get hurt too much, but I didn't understand what he was saying. But now you see what it is. He came in injury prone. Victor Wembanyama can play 70 plus games. Victor Wembanyama can be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. Victor Wembanyama was able to win Rookie of the Year. That should be the norm instead of 12 to 14 attempts. 8 solid attempts. I agree with you. But my thing is this though. I'll put you like this, K Dizzle. I'll put you like this. In the 90s or the 80s, Victor Wembanyama would have to play like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know what I'm saying? He would have to be close to the basket. Every now and then, occasional jumper or something like that. But because of his body type, when you think of Wemby's body type, he's kind of like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar kind of. Or maybe like a Ralph Sampson type. I know you remember Ralph Sampson. You an H-Town fan. 5 slammer jammer out in that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But you remember Ralph Sampson, he would be that type. But this is a different generation. These guys, they like to hit the three and all this other stuff. Do I particularly like that style of game all the time? No, but if you're gonna hit them and you're shooting a decent percentage, if you're shooting like above 35%, every now and then you're shooting like 50% from three, I'm not gonna get mad at that. But if you're like LeBron James missing 19 in a row, ice cold, shooting your team out of a game, that's when we got to question that. Yeah, man, it's just injuries held him back. I like Ralph Sampson. I like Ralph Sampson, man. He was on his way to be great, man. But injuries, man. Yeah, Ralph Sampson was that guy. He got the same body type as Wemby. That's one of the comparisons. I done heard, these are the comparisons that I get from Wemby, or to Wemby. I get Ralph Sampson. Some people done said Will Chamberlain. Some people done said Bosh, Chris Bosh, to a lesser degree because he's shorter. I done heard those comparisons, and I'm looking at his body type. You gotta think about it. Will Chamberlain was like really skinny. He was strong he was always been strong, but he was really skinny when he first came in. But he was so agile. Wemby is really agile. He's not one of those slow guys and all that other stuff. Nah, Wemby can move. Wemby can recover. Wemby knows how to play the pick and roll. Hey, I put to you like this: who would you rather have guarding the pick and roll, K Dizzle? Wemby or Rudy Gobert? Yep, you. Yeah, K Dizzle, you facts about that, man. Yeah, yeah, they gonna call you out about that shit. But Wemby doesn't do that. Wemby is so unselfish, man. Right? Okay. You see what I'm saying? Who would you rather have guarding the pick and roll? I didn't mention Sharif Abdul Rahim though. It was out of him and Rudy Gobert. You want Wemby guarding the pick and roll. Rudy Gobert done been in the league uh, uh, multiple time defensive player of the year, and he still can't guard a pick and roll to save his life. Wemby knows how to guard a pick and roll, K Dizzle. Yeah, shooting 89%. Hey, K Dizzle, you wanted to be like Shaq. You wanted to be like Shaq. Shooting like 50% from the, shoot like 40% from the free throw line. Nah, I want a nigga that's wet from the line, man. That's fact, Ted. I got Ted, man, doing battle with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm sorry, K Dizzle. You might have got away with a couple arguments, man. You're not winning this argument today, man. Not with what Wemby's doing this season, bro. Yeah, now we agree on something. You see what I'm saying? And put it to you like this. The tallest guy that I played against, K Dizzle, was 7'2". He was 7'2". I played with a guy that was like 7 foot, man. I remember Big Garrett, man. I remember. I played with a couple 7 footers, and the one guy that I did play with, man, or played against, he was a 7 footer. He was an African dude, but this dude was like really, really agile. He could move out on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? If you got a guy like Wemby at your, like you said, the local YMCA or 24-hour fitness, all that jazz or whatever, and he's stepping in, K Dizzle, this dude 7'4", can run just as fast as you, can dribble just as quick as you, can get to your spots just as fast as you, can run a fast break way better than you can. Already up there, at 7'4". Usually the 7'4" is the trailer, but he's already up there. Nigga, that is a fucking blessing. Cause you don't see that much. Like, you don't see guys like a Jokic handling the rocket like 7 foot or whatever, orchestrating plays, averaging a triple double and shit. I know, but it's gonna come, man. Listen, bro, it's gonna take time, man. You got to give him some time, bro. You got to give him some time, man. He's not a finished product yet. Hey, just like Ewing, Patrick Ewing, he wasn't a finished product. Alonzo Mourning wasn't a finished product. Shaq wasn't no finished product. These guys had to learn. They got to learn, man. It comes with time. Kobe Bryant, man, he had to learn how to, you know, draw fouls and manipulate the refs, kind of. You know what I'm saying? And get to the line better and stuff like that, man. It takes some time, man, to really get the understanding. He's not gonna come in. You got to think about it. He's been playing international too, man. It's two different styles of play when you come from international over to the U.S. Now they're starting to evolve more into the international game here, and him playing amongst Pop, that is international style because what Pop runs, he runs a European type of style offense or whatever. No, he didn't. You said Marcus Camby. No, he didn't, man. Marcus Camby wasn't an offensive player. He wasn't an offensive juggernaut like Wemby was. Defensively, yes, I'll give you that. Marcus Camby, especially coming out of UMass, Marcus Camby was a solid defender, man. Actually, a great defender. He actually was a great defender. Marcus Camby was always at least in the top five in blocks every season. But he wasn't shooting the jumper and all that. I mean, occasionally, you know what I'm saying, he'll be the cleanup guy, um, he wasn't particularly great at creating his own shot. He was more of a cleanup guy and pick and roll guy, man. Wemby can create his own shot. Wemby can thrive on the pick and roll. Wemby can pick and pop. Wemby can cut and move. Marcus Camby couldn't do none of that stuff, Zach. Yeah, but that like, okay, bringing the ball up. There's a lot of guys. Anthony Mason used to bring the ball up. Hakeem Olajuwon brought the ball up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, Mark Gasol done brought the ball up. Big Country Reeves done brought the ball up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does bringing the ball up got to do with your overall? I don't, bringing the ball up is bringing the ball up. Hell, when you playing with Phil Jackson, shit, you got you could get Bill Winnington to bring the ball up. But you know what though? I'm gonna be real, K Dizzle. I don't need. I really don't want Wemby. I'm not concerned with Wemby averaging 30. Like averaging 30 and 30 and stuff like that. Really, honestly, that's not the primary concern is to still do what he's doing, which is to be an elite defender and a rim protector. That's just as important as him putting up 30. Like a solid stat for him, a stat line, 27 points, even if he would have had like 19 points. But you got 15 rebounds, you got 10 blocks. You know what I'm saying? You got like 2, 3 steals. That's an impressive stat line. 30 points, yeah, you're getting your points and stuff like that. But sometimes your points ain't really all that impactful as your defense is. Don't get me wrong, it's we want him to score, you know what I'm saying? Want him to be efficient and all that stuff, man. But Wemby's calling card is his defense, man. All right, man. Let me jump on boxing real quick. Salute to the whole entire LDBC, the Lions Den boxing community. 78 Sports, Ticket TV Boxing. Who else? Um, Drew Titan, Blue Blood, Town Biz, uh, the Black Fight Fan, and CC, Trill Boxing, all of them. Salute to them. Casino for Life. Salute to all my guys that talk boxing. And of course, Too Raw for TV too. Too Raw and the one LVZ. LVZ, no butt dancing allowed. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to everybody that talks boxing. I think, well, yeah, True the King. I forgot about True the King and S Young too as well. Let me talk about Gervonta Davis. All right, now this is gonna hurt some people's feelings. Of course, you know Gervonta Davis. He's teasing everybody, talking about he's gonna retire at the end of the year. I think it's capped at the end of next year. Gervonta Davis is not going to retire. He's doing the same publicity stunt that Shakur Stevenson did. This fight or whatever, some people say that this should be the one person that could give him a run for the money. They thought Pitbull could. Unfortunately, Pitbull kind of fell short. Listen, man. This is going to be hard for some people to understand. And I like Tank, but his resume is nowhere near as good as Devin Haney's. And Devin Haney, as much as people want to sit here and they still can't get off of the fact that, he lost to Ryan. And it wasn't counted as a loss because Ryan cheated, okay? He ended up cheating. We have to understand that Tank Davis, his resume is really not that good, man. That's been the knock on Tank. And I don't want Carmel Moulton to end up like Tank. You know what I'm saying? I like Carmel Moulton. I want Carmel Moulton to get the fights that are out there. That's why a lot of people, and I know this is going to hurt some people's feelings too. They wanted to turn to Jake Paul. They wanted to watch Jake Paul and watch those fights and everything because everybody was sick of having to wait for Tank versus Devin Haney or Tank versus, Shakur Stevenson, even though Shakur Stevenson, he still had to wait a little bit. But they want Tank to fight some good competition. Now, he fought Frank Martin, but we saw that to me, in my opinion, was his biggest fight thus far. You know what I'm saying? Will Strong, the boy Cypress, I see y'all in here. Salute to you. Make sure y'all go sub to the brother Will Strong show. But Tank Davis, his resume is not as good as Devin Haney. Devin Haney is the one that's undisputed. Devin Haney is the one that was moving up in weight. Devin Haney was the one that was fighting Kambosos, fighting Lomachenko. Even though Lomachenko had backed out of, I will give Tank this. Lomachenko backed out of that fight with Tank. He didn't want no smoke with Tank. But Devin Haney's resume will always go down. If he decides that he wants to retire, Devin Haney has a better resume than Tank. And we could get into the argument about him being a better fighter and all this other stuff. Really, honestly, I don't think that Tank is overall a better fighter than Devin Haney. I really don't. he's got a lot to work on in terms of his defense. Devin Haney doesn't lose all those rounds like Gervonta Davis. Now, if you want to talk about showmanship, if you want to talk about like knockout power and all that other stuff, okay, have it your way. But the last time I checked, it, the whole goal was to get out of the ring with a W. The whole goal was to raise that man's hand when that bell goes ding ding. That's what I thought the whole goal was, not just to be a knockout artist or whatever and say that you won every single time. I mean, that's what I thought it was. I thought that we are supposed to get in and get out and pretty much accomplish the prime objective, which is to get that win. For real, I thought that that's what we're doing. You did Tank versus Bud Crawford at welterweight. Who you taking? Um, I would probably go with Bud. Hold on, y'all. Bud Arcade Dizzle. Bud Arcade Dizzle. I'm going with Bud. I'm going with Bud. And Bud is a little bit Bud is a extremely good counter puncher. He's got a now he can cut the ring off, not as much as he once did. But here's the thing that's going to separate Tank from a guy like Bud. If they were to ever to fight at welterweight, you got to think about it. Bud has moved up. You know what I'm saying? He's moved up. That's an advantage that he has. Another thing is that he's ambidextrous. He can fight orthodox or he can fight southpaw. That's another advantage. You got to think about it too. We know that Tank is a southpaw. So that right there, all that stuff about Tank. Oh yeah, he just gonna come in there and smoke him easily and stuff like that because he's a southpaw. You can't do that with when it comes to Bud because Bud can fight either way. You know what I mean? So, hold on. Oh, Tank easily. I'm taking Tank all the time. And like I said, I'm more of a I'm hey, if you watch my channel, I'm all about I like Devin Haney. Devin Haney is my guy. Now, I'm gonna put to you like this, Steven. K Dizzle, my bad. Kevin. I put to you like this. And this is gonna sound crazy when I say this, okay? As much as I like Devin Haney, because I like Devin Haney out of the three guys. The three guys that you focus on is Tank, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson. I like Devin Haney. Devin Haney is my favorite fighter out of all of them, right? But the guy who I think can beat all of those guys is Shakur Stevenson. And I've said that before. People think that I'm capping about that. And let me tell you why. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, he gonna, what's his name? Tank is gonna, he's gonna cut the ring off. He's great at cutting the ring off. He's great at standing his ground, da-da-da-da-da. He get him in the, he get him in the pocket, stuff like that. It's over with. This is what you don't understand. This is what people don't understand though. Shakur Stevenson, you got to catch that motherfucker first. You know what I'm saying, K Dizzle? You have to catch him. He's supremely gifted at moving around. Everybody like, oh yeah, man, Shakur Stevenson running and all this other stuff. They said the same shit about Mayweather. They said the same shit about Pernell Whitaker. They even said the same shit sometimes about Roy Jones Jr. They had the audacity to say that. Like Roy Jones Jr., herky jerky and all this other stuff. Listen, they said the same thing about Muhammad Ali. Oh, why won't Muhammad Ali stay still and be like, standing there like Rocky Marciano or like Joe Frazier and all this other stuff, or George Foreman and stuff. Those were like different styles. You know what I'm saying? So Shakur Stevenson, he would run circles around Tank. Now, could Tank catch him at the right time? Yeah, possibly so. But here's another thing too. Shakur Stevenson got the best mid-range, in my opinion, in boxing. Now, who's on the come up, who I think can eventually take the mantle and be greater than all of them, is Kermel Moulton. Kermel Moulton. He's fast and he's quick. And he got power. But Shakur Stevenson, he beats Devin Haney and he beats Tank. You know what I'm saying? But I like Devin Haney out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney, it would be, I think it would be a better fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. But styles may fights or whatnot. But yeah, Shakur Stevenson, he pretty much beats all of them. Now Bud, I don't know if he was to ever fight Bud or whatever, but I'm just talking about them guys. Man, Bud is a hard guy to beat, man. Bud gonna be a hard guy to beat. He moved up, in weight. He had his little brush with moving up in weight and everything like that. Now I will say this: a lot of people think that Bud is gonna beat Canelo, but he ain't gonna beat Canelo though. I know some people, they get mad when I say that, but he wouldn't beat Canelo. He would not beat Canelo, man. So, yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Make sure y'all hit that like, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit the notifications too. Straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. Shouts out to the whole entire LDBC basketball and boxing communities. Until then, man, I'm gone.